You may see Minister Elaine Stringfield alone in the sanctuary. She's an active member of our intercessory prayer ministry. At 66 years old, she truly knows God as Jehovah Rapha, the Lord that heals. In 2000, she became critically ill while living in Harlem, New York.
I started feeling pain in my stomach, and I would eat food, and I had to go to the restroom. I had to be aware where I was at. I couldn't eat out because I knew if I ate out, I might have to go to the restroom. So I wouldn't eat a lot while I was out. And so I said, well, let me go and have this checked. So I went to the doctor. The last doctor that I went to, he said that I had Crohn's disease. So he was giving me some medicine for Crohn's disease. It would ease the pain in my stomach a little bit. I ended up passing out in my house, and a friend of mine found me in the bathroom, and they rushed me to the hospital. Someone from my church in New York contacted my family here, and they told them to come up and see about me because I was in Harlem Hospital and I was sick, and they didn't know, what to do. So my family came up to New York, and they got me, and they brought me back to Virginia. Okay, when they brought me back to Virginia, my sister put me in St. Mary's Hospital. There was a doctor there. He was running tests and on me, but he couldn't find out what was the problem either. So he sent for a specialist, and the specialist was Dr. James Brooks, who was a disease specialist. So at that point, I was really out of it. I had lost conscience and everything, back and forth, and I was constantly losing weight, and I just didn't know what was going on, what was wrong with me. So I remember one morning when he walked in the room, I think he ran all the blood tests and stuff, and he finally got a answer from the test that he ran. So he walked in the room, and I looked at him. I said, "What is wrong with me?" Just like that. And he said, "You have AIDS." I said, "AIDS?" Just like that. I said, "Nah, I don't have AIDS." He said, "Yeah, you have AIDS." He said, "You probably had it in your system for over 10 years." He said, "Because it's full blown." And I went like, I just went numb. I didn't know what to think of, so he started asking me personal questions and stuff. Right then the treatment started, Sometime I would be alert and sometime I wouldn't. I would be passing in and out. It got to a point where he sent for my family one night and said that, you should come because I don't think she's gonna make it through the night. And my sister and my baby sister came to my bedside. He left the room, and they left the room with him, and they was talking to him because he didn't want to talk to him in the room with me. And he was talking, and my sister Gina said that she turned around and came back to my room and spoke over me and said, "Elaine, you're going to live and not die. You are going to live. You can't die," just like that. And she said she left out the room and went and joined them, and said the next morning they didn't expect me to be alive overnight. So the doctor had given up, said she's not going to make it through the night. So the next morning I was still there, and she came into the room and she asked me, "Elaine, do you know who I am?" And I told her, "Yeah, Gina, I know who you are." And from then on, it was like my healing started. I just thank God. I thank God for healing me. And I know it was only him because the doctor had given up. So, if the doctor gave up, and then next morning I wake up and I can think and I can remember, because I wasn't remembering anything. I was in and out of, they would come in my room, I wouldn't know they was there. It happened that fast, just the idea, her coming in and speaking over me. She said, "Elaine, I turned around and came back to your room and I yelled at you and I said, 'You're not going to die, you're going to live.'" Just like that. She said she walked out and came back, and that quick I was up. I was alert. I even started eating,
But the road to recovery was a process. At one point, Minister Elaine's weight dropped down to 86 pounds.
I had to learn how to walk. I had to learn how to speak and write my name. I had to learn how to do all of that over again. So that's how much body mass I lost, I lost.
She remained in the hospital for 3 months as doctors experimented with different drugs. After being discharged, she was eventually able to stop taking those medicines. And now there is no trace of HIV in her body.
I've been free now for, oh gosh, over 10 years. Over 10, 13 years now. Yeah, I've been free ever since. I mean, it's undetected. I still go to see my doctor though, but it's undetected. Yeah. It's been something that's dear on my heart to tell this testimony and to get people more involved in going out and ministering to, people are walking around with it and maybe they're not saying anything to anyone because they don't know how to approach anyone. I was fortunate that I had a family that didn't make me feel shame or nothing like that, so, and I feel like that's what I want to do now.